communist revolutions. They believed that Cambodia could be transformed into a socialist utopia. After Cambodia gained independence from France in 1953, political instability and internal conflicts characterized the nation. King Norodom Sihanouk, who led the country, struggled to maintain control over various factions, including the rising communist movement. His decision to align with China and North Vietnam during the Vietnam War inadvertently strengthened the Khmer Rouge. By the mid-1960s, the CPK had grown into a powerful revolutionary force, capitalizing on rural discontent, particularly among peasants who suffered from the government's policies and U.S. bombing campaigns during the Vietnam War. The influence of Pol Pot, Saloth Sar, better known by his revolutionary name Pol Pot, rose to prominence within the CPK in the 1960s. Pol Pot had studied in Paris, where he became familiar with Marxist theory and was influenced by Maoist ideology, particularly the Chinese Cultural Revolution. Under Pol Pot's leadership, the Khmer Rouge adopted a radical vision of communism, with a focus on eliminating class distinctions and creating a completely self-reliant agrarian society. Pol Pot and his followers believed that Cambodia's path to communism required a complete break from the past. They rejected foreign influence, modern technology, and urbanization, viewing the peasantry as the key to their revolutionary success. Pol Pot's vision was extreme, even by the standards of communist movements at the time. His vision of revolution included the elimination of intellectuals, city dwellers, and anyone associated with capitalism or the old regime. The Cambodian Civil War. In 1970, a military coup led by General Lon Nol ousted King Sihanouk, establishing the Khmer Republic. This event intensified the ongoing civil war between Lon Nol's government forces and the Khmer Rouge. Sihanouk, who had been exiled, aligned himself with the Khmer Rouge, using his popularity to bolster the insurgency's ranks. Many rural Cambodians, loyal to the king, joined the Khmer Rouge, unaware of the extremist nature of the movement. During the Civil War, the Khmer Rouge expanded their control over large parts of the countryside. The U.S. bombing campaign, intended to disrupt North Vietnamese supply lines through Cambodia, had the unintended consequence of driving many Cambodians into the arms of the Khmer Rouge, who capitalized on the devastation and presented themselves as defenders of the people. By 1975, the Khmer Rouge had grown into a formidable force, and on April 17, 1975, they captured Phnom Penh, marking the end of the Civil War and the beginning of their rule. This day was seen as the triumph of their revolution, but it also marked the start of one of the darkest periods in Cambodian history, the establishment of Democratic Kampuchea. Upon seizing power, the Khmer Rouge quickly moved to implement their radical vision for Cambodia. They renamed the country Democratic Kampuchea and declared the beginning of Year Zero. The concept of Year Zero symbolized the regime's intention to erase all traces of the past and start society anew, free from corruption, class divisions, and foreign influence. One of the first and most shocking actions of the Khmer Rouge was the forced evacuation of all cities, including Phnom Penh. Within days of their victory, the regime forced millions of people, urban residents, intellectuals, government officials, and professionals, to abandon their homes and march into the countryside. The Khmer Rouge viewed city dwellers as tainted by capitalism and modernity and sought to purify them through hard labor in rural communes. This mass exodus was carried out under the guise of protection from an imminent American bombing, but it was actually the beginning of the Khmer Rouge's plan to eliminate the urban population and transform Cambodia into an agrarian society. The forced evacuation resulted in chaos, with many dying along the way due to exhaustion, starvation, and lack of medical care. The Khmer Rouge's ideological vision, Pol Pot, and the Khmer Rouge leadership believed in a radical form of agrarian socialism. Their goal was to transform Cambodia into a self-sufficient, classless society based on agriculture. The Khmer Rouge viewed modern technology, education, religion, and even family structures as obstacles to their vision of a utopian society. To achieve this, they implemented a series of draconian policies. Private property was abolished, and all land and resources were collectivized. Money markets and trade were banned. Schools, hospitals, and factories were shut down, and professionals, including doctors, teachers, and engineers, were executed or sent to work in the fields. The Khmer Rouge sought to eliminate all vestiges of social hierarchy and individualism. People were forced to live in collective farms, where they worked long hours in harsh conditions, often with little food or rest. The regime's unrealistic agricultural targets, such as the goal of tripling rice production, led to widespread starvation, as workers were not given enough food to sustain themselves, and much of the rice was exported to pay for weapons and supplies. Thank you for watching the whole video. If you find it interesting, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel.